and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Julie, and on this channel, we talk about becoming the best version of ourselves. And today, I am going to talk about demonstrating or showing kindness to ourselves. One of the things over the past couple of years, especially during the pandemic, was that I started to tell people to try being kinder to themselves. I think, and in general, as humans, we tend to be quite hard on ourselves and we have a lot of expectations. Quite often, these are self imposed or they're expectations that we've kind of absorbed by osmosis as we've grown up. There's been certain expectations of our families, there's been expectations of teachers, and we have done our best to live up to them. But quite often, we've taken on these expectations without really giving it any thought as to why am I doing what I'm doing. And when it comes down to being kind to ourselves, understanding the expectations that we set and digging into them can help us to better utilize them. So I'm not saying to ditch them out. Many of my expectations are to work hard, get a lot done, and I've set certain goals and achievements that I would like to reach in order for me to feel good and that I'm becoming that best version of myself. But in part of that journey, I've also looked a lot at why do I have the expectations that I have? Are they necessarily the healthiest ones that I can have? And where are some of the toxic areas that these expectations can have for me? And where do they fall into a area that becomes unkind to myself? So, when I talk about being kind to myself, part of that is managing my expectations. And one of the expectations that I've started to really try to or try to utilize is it's okay not to get everything done. I read this book, which I've referred to a few times, and I can put a link in the description, is called 5,000 Weeks, or sorry, 4,000 Weeks, and it is time effective or time productivity for mere mortals. Anyway, I'll put the actual book title in there. But I love that book. And part of it was because I am always looking to be better, to do more with less, to be the most effective, to be the most productive. And the problem is that it's not sustainable. And so, what I'm trying to do is to temper that go getter, get things done spirit that I have. It's part of who I am. But to moderate that with the it's okay if you don't always hit every expectation. It's okay to just do what you can in the time that you have. It's okay to do nothing. Now, that is one that I'm still working on. But I am getting to the point where what I try to do in order to be kinder to myself is to not focus on all my shoulds, on all the things I have yet to do, on all the things that I've failed to do. Instead, I'm really trying to focus on what is most important today? Now, one of the journaling prompts that I've been using and I plan to use in 2024 as well is my top three priorities. What are they? What is the one thing, or what are the three things that I want to get done today? And I try to be fair to myself. One is usually professional. So today's one professional thing was to film a YouTube video. But then I set a high bar and a low bar. My low bar is one, which I have done, and I've put it on, I've published it, and it will go out in a little while. The second is the high bar. Now that's three. I'm filming my second one today, and I will put that. I'll edit it. Well, not that I do a lot of editing at this stage. I'm still running with single take videos. We'll see how those go. But one of the things I do is I've now done a little bit more than my minimum. And if I have some energy left over at the end of this one and all goes to plan and no untoward emergencies happen, I'll probably do a third one as well. I've already got the notes done. I'm pretty much sure about what I want to talk about. So, since the makeup's on, I may as well stay with it. And so it's that kind of thing where what will make me feel good at the end of the day? Now, here's the second part of that equation. I set myself an expectation this morning. I set a minimum and I set a if it would be nice if I could. And if I fall somewhere between the minimum and the high bar, the low bar and the high bar, I have succeeded. Well, in fact, if I've hit the low bar, I have succeeded. And then I had, at the end of today, I will look at the activities that I did that have helped me to be kind to myself, or what did I do today that was kindness to myself? And goal achievement is part of being kind to myself. But other things that are important are, what was my sleep habit like? I have a look at my sleep most days and say, well, did I get enough deep sleep? Have I got a good routine? Am I getting consistent sleep through the night so that I'm feeling good during the day, that my energy levels are up there? I look at my exercise, because that's another thing where exercise is kindness to myself. It's kindness to my future self, not my present self. Although my present self does, well, the one doing the exercise generally doesn't particularly enjoy it. But it is one of those things that when I exercise, I am showing kindness to myself, because exercise is healthy. And so I've already been for a swim today. That is my low bar, is to go for a nice 20-minute swim. And then I've done that. I've moved my body. I have given myself an opportunity to do something good for me. Now, the other thing is, so exercise is, I have a look and say, what have I done? Have I hit my steps? Did I go for a walk? Did I lift weights? Did I go for a swim? Those are things that I consider kindness to myself. Now, there's other parts of that equation as well, is my taking medication. Medication is kindness to myself. I am seeing 2 doctors at the moment regularly, one for stomach problems, one for heart problems. And so taking my medication and following up on those appointments is how I take care of myself. I prioritize my health above that of things that long term maybe won't bring me as much happiness as being healthy will. Now, depending on when you get to this channel, you might notice that there's been a little bit of inconsistency between November the 23rd and December the 21st when I had my next upload. And part of that was because I actually ended up in hospital. Now, that's not because I wasn't showing kindness to myself, but there are things that I can do that can make me even healthier. And that will be added to my how can I be kind to myself. Now, other things that I consider kindness to myself: eating healthy meals. I am worth the time to invest in healthy meals that are healthy but that I enjoy. And that's, I think, important in eating healthy, not sitting there and thinking, oh, I've got to eat this because the doctor says 5 veggies a day. But this is a good meal for me. This will help me have energy. This will nourish my body. I will enjoy that chewing of the vegetables, that crunch, that flavor, that tang, whatever it is that you particularly find enjoyable. Find healthy foods that you like. And I had a little bit of shortbread afterwards because, hey, life is for living. It's not all about just doing the right things. It's about doing things that make us feel good as well. So one biscuit is okay. A whole packet is not, unless you really feel the need. Taking naps is another thing. I honor my tiredness. If I've had a really bad night's sleep and I'm struggling to concentrate, I'm struggling to do anything, then taking a nap right then and there is the most healthy thing I can do for my body. So, one other thing that I try to do at the end of the day is not worry about all the shoulds. I do my shoulds in the morning, all the shoulds that I should be doing, I write them down. And I try to tick off a couple of things. And this is what is the most important thing I can do next? So when I shut down my computer or when I finish this filming, I'll take a moment to say, hey, well done, you did that, you achieved something. Now, what is the next most important thing to do? And I think, depending on the timing, the next most important thing to do will be to go for a walk. But by asking myself that question during the day, I'm able to narrow my focus. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by all the things that I have to do, I feel a little bit more in control. This is what will be the most important thing to do. I do that, I feel better, I move on to the next task. Now, tasks are always there. I can just prioritize them and then move on. Now, one other thing that I do is I try to focus on, at the end of the day, my main goal. Now, my main goal is to become a self published author. And so every day I want to know that I've taken steps towards that goal. Now, sometimes that goal achievement might be as much as I wrote for 10 minutes or I edited for 10 minutes. It may be just that, but that's a step forwards. It's a step that I didn't take the day before. It's a step closer. And other days I may get a lot done and I'll feel, well, I'm much closer. Sometimes it's good just to remember that kindness to ourselves is enjoying the present, is enjoying the journey. It's being here, right now, and saying, I am living this life right now with all of its all of its failures and foibles and all the things that go wrong, because that is part of living. So think about your own day-to-day moving through what you need to get done. How are you taking consistent time to be kind to yourself, to give yourself the grace that you would give other people, to think about what is going to, at the end of the day, make you feel contented, make you feel that you've lived with purpose, help you to feel that you have achieved something that you are happy with, that you are proud of? And try to find those moments, because it's not about the big goal achievements. Those are nice in the moment, but those don't happen just through luck. Those don't happen through some divine intervention. They happen because every day you have done something to say, this is a priority in my life. And kindness to self is part of that journey. So, with that, I'd like to thank you for listening to me today. And as always, if you have anything that you would like to add to the conversation, I would love to read your comments. And as I said, my life is a journey. It's not the final destination is hopefully some years down the track. And until then, I would like to learn from other people, to make every moment count, and to become better than I was yesterday, through growth, through just living a better life. So if you have something that you could contribute to the conversation, I would love to hear from you. Until then, though, goodbye.